Guys, gue izin. Guys, gue izin selama 10 menit. Gue nggak yapping dulu ya. Kita nonton bareng ya. Gue izin istirahat.
First smoke being set up here, coming through from Monyet.
It's about to close real quick. The Prowler is about to bite him in the butt, and he just has to stay put. The Paranoia is gonna get him. Boo is stuck, but he's got the backup of Mini Boo also with the sniper.
Good
Brothers
Paranoia.
and arms and RRQ to elbow, dislodge one of the Boos, and 3 around the corner. Reinforcements from Heretics, and Mini Boo and friends work so well together on the left side, but now won't get eyes within the site. But RRQ not really safe to go for the plan. They are just trying to bait Heretics.
See what Miniby can do around the elbow side as well. Big swing coming, but high-low setup. It's at least a 1-for-1 trade, 2-2 now. Still waiting for the activation from Minibu. Player that has to be watched out for here. Crazy guy on his own angle. Spots too late. Rians takes him down.
One enemy remaining. Good start from Cushy. Rians 1v1. Time on his side too. Rians with, of course, a recon, 2 shocks, and now it's the mind games. Knowing where the last position was, Cushy just wants to stay away from that Sova recon and play the element of mystery, the unknown that Cushy has to advance into. Rians 1v1 and the dance that Rians wins. Another clutch for the guy.
Util required. Pure
in that interview with Mitch yesterday, to break the dry streak and to set their momentum ablaze. And it's RRQ now through B main with the Vice wall up. I like kind of this bait from Benchy, and it's the refract. RRQ just get dismantled by Rians. A beautiful double, and the firing squad remains for Heretics and out of distance. It is this KO trying to get away. The flash to delay needs to get out, but Cushy has made his way in, and through market there could be a cut, but now needs to link up here with Miniboo.
Starting to look better for RRQ here. Upgrade for Cushy, but it's not going to be good. On board.
13 HP, not a lot for Jemkin, and he makes his job easier. And he doesn't know where Boo is, but Boo at least has health. Now just waiting to see if Jemkin is going to plant. 50 seconds left. We have time to play with.
I have the spike.
It's that first fake plant. Smoke and TP up for Boo. Boo must know this is more than likely the real one, although it is refract time. This is the opportunity for Jemkin. And Boo is playing it very patient, doesn't want to get baited, and he has timed it well. Now the refract is gone. Playmaking capability for Jemkin is low.
Yeah, you can play with these last 20 seconds. Now it's the time. Jemkin is actually just going to go for the play and not even the spike. I felt like maybe he could have planted and played time and just played like a chicken, I guess. But Heretics 4-0.
Just didn't know where, just had no idea where the final members were. So it's a tough situation. Maybe just, I mean, he just doesn't have any util left, doesn't have any HP. He's concerned that you have a situation where he goes for the plant and instantly swung. He went for the plant 3 times, trying to bait the swing. The 1 versus 1, and now Heretics up 4.
It'll be a pretty critical round for RRQ, and you're going to have to do it without your star player of Jemkin. But maybe this was just alert. Time for plan B. And with that trip set at B main, it will be RRQ trying to go for that market control again. And look how Benchy has already swapped his Thorns to that side.
He wouldn't want to walk through top mid again. Monyet's been punished there before. Jemkin falls flat a little bit here, trying to make their way into market now.
The Thorns are going to do some damage, and RRQ start to infiltrate and back against the wall. Benchy holds on, waits for the pitch from his duelist, and cages away, but it is Heretics unleashed, and RRQ managed to teleport away just barely and through the front side. Crazy guy makes the space, and the spike goes down.
How does Monyet get out on 1 HP? He's still going to be at the plays. Once he's ahead, but Walker's shot just a little bit too early again. Popping up again. Got that early 3K first round. Wants to finish it out now.
Crazy guy 1v2. Has to check out through market. Has the chance to maybe wrap around, but you also want eyes on the spike in case it does get diffused. Now the smoke's in place. It's happening. It's being stuck. And Crazy guy tried to prevent, but
wah, gawat nih. Pulang kok guys. Ini kalau pulang kan sama gimana guys?
Just no command away.
RRQ. Guys, kalian mau gua mode yapping atau mode analis guys?
out of reach from the Prowlers, so not much information for RRQ to work with. But as soon as they do, they have a Rolling Thunder to activate, and they are going to still go for it.
Capping, okay.
The back site. Meanwhile, Heretics, the lurk activates in mid, and RRQ
Okay.
have the site.
Dulunya ya, kita beres ya.
Kills off that Rolling Thunder and playing
Dia ni RRQ baik mulu.
Steel Guard are going to come through pretty soon, although Woot was already activated. 4-2 now, and again, not great guns. And this will be the round. Crazy
Gawat
Kai
guys, ini
really
pada
can't do
ngecun
too
semua
much
guys,
more
gimana
here.
menang guys?
It was a good effort from RRQ, but just the way that Heretics counter-positioned away, just to avoid the Prowlers, not give any information.
Yang WP siapa ya guys? Yang WP guys?
A really great job.
And Miniboot will be the one to clean it up. Had a little bit of util
Si
left to
Nabe
play
kenapa nggak
for
WP
this,
Nabe?
just save your flashes. You know with the Stinger. Not going to have a lot to say. Heretics on 6.
Opening ceremony nonton di mana guys?
Regardless.
Guys, opening ceremony nonton di mana?
Going through the thorns and fire the flames and the smokes. Don't know what to expect on the other side. Crazy guy with a shotgun exchanges back and forth.
Perlu kalau member kalau yuk join Xccurate. Kalau mau join eksklusif karena hari ini aku bakal live eksklusif malam ini dan akan banyak info-info asap yang nggak bisa dapetin mana aja. Itu loh Bagas yuk eksklusif semuanya yuk. Udah Pit, tembusin Pit.
No time to defuse.
Oh nice banget Pit, nice banget.
And RRQ have bounced back finally.
Welcome to Xccurate guys. 2% kemenangan untuk RRQ guys. 2% kemenangan untuk RRQ guys.
Under a lot of pressure, Benji Fishy keeping control of market that'll at least give room for his team, but sight's gone now.
Wonder when Xccurate is going to choose this time. He could get a big backstab onto Benji and Heretics start to
guys, gue bantu karena gue kebanyakan yapping tadi guys.
Is there no paranoia, but smokes.
Top mid.
And Miniboo is at the top of the box, hoping to get an angle above this smoke, but is getting nothing. Heretics start to set up the market and backside Boba push, and it's time.
Welcome to
Xccurate's lurk is coming up from behind market. It's all about timing, but the better shots from Heretics and the overdrive that kicks Heretics into a huge advantage, but the spike still needs to be defused. It is tapped, and Crazy Guy denies for now, but just the overdrive is too much, and Xccurate starts to creep around, and it will be still to defuse. 7-1 for Heretics.
Xccurate just taking too long.
Nambah guys, 7% kemenangan untuk RRQ. 7% kemenangan untuk RRQ guys. Ayo semua join member.
On Jemkin, RRQ since the start of the map haven't gone through mid. It's been a lot of B pressure.
Wah, RRQ Valorant apa gimana guys? Kayak ngeliat gue ngeliat ya kayak nggak nyantai, kayak lagi nggak jalan gitu threadnya, teamworknya jelek.
Clean up the 3K. This time
Kayak ada,
it'll be full
ini pressure sih guys, yakin gua. Ini pressure nih.
Might not even have to refract out, just a double dash clearing the way through, and they'll be B secured once again. But Benji Fishy wants to say something about a good scan.
And Manya also
Bagus
teleported on the other side to try and assist his duelist, but through all the smokes, Heretics just spam through it and have angles around RRQ. The spike is going to get planted. Xccurate's trying to do his best to protect, but RRQ spread themselves too thin and don't have the weaponry to withstand against Heretics. So this is becoming a very one-sided affair for Heretics.
No kills coming through from RRQ, but they get the plant, so at least
dari juara
trying
Pasifik.
to save the economy slightly. Not a lot of rounds left to play through on this half, though.
Jemkin has been sometimes going on solo adventures and endeavors, hoping to reward his team with the first blood, and he also has things back is also being the first victim of RRQ now with mid
Pukulan RRQ ang doang mas kado kopi lalu nice ang isang talagang partakatong pangkikot nakatot nakakamali ang pagpagutan ay masyadong nampan tumatas. Oke, laban Pinas. Gak ngecek angle, bingung gua.
Yeah, just the ability to kill the Prowler, then instantly snap on for the one. Will bring numbers down to a pretty workable 2 versus 3. Nightfall up for Cushy, but they lose Crazy Guy. And they lose
artinya jangan lupa join membership guys.
He's up first, but doesn't have refract, so he's just going to get cleaned up.
Could have been a big moment.
Gila ada transfer.
Kepala
RRQ game dibuat terlalu meeting ronde benar-benar sempurna. Anjas.
Well, wow. Just two-tapping Miniboo, and that's not enough to shred his plot armor. This is going to be a very quick sunset for Heretics. Miniboo has to hold on and see a fast push from RRQ and a death ball, and Miniboo does some good damage. The one-way has been insane, and Miniboo's just going to stand and deliver. He really trusts in Boo and RRQ. Still picking it out with all their
main mending main aja. Nggak boleh gitu loh. Kita bisa yuk, kita bisa yuk. Guys, 1% membership, 1% menang untuk RRQ.
They can get out of that one. Rians though says absolutely not. Here comes that double. No Nightfall for you.
Was in a position to clear through mid, and RRQ got completely off guard with the top mid completely exposed. Now you know the outlaw is lurking about, and RRQ will have to just clear and scale back through A, and there's still a one-way, and there's still Boo, and what you thought was going to be Mini Boo, the brothers, on the right side of the map.
Smoke's refresh, but look at this. We've already got the call through Mini Boo to assist.
Tuh, Non. Tolongin, Non. Bilangin, Non.
And that's info as well, I do believe. Knife matches one.
30 seconds left.
Now trying to get info if they can just dry swing, get eyes on the site. Seeing this Rolling Thunder is worth it, and they're just going to go for the guarantee. It does not contact on Mini Boo, and the crack into the cage, and the cracks in the heads of RRQ, who are just going to have to go through a deficit and turn that all around. But it's Heretics with more than enough, and Crazy Guy hoping to save the gun, because again, the economy is absolutely shattered for RRQ.
Forced to save, just doesn't even have time to walk forward, find the spike or anything.
With RRQ. Now with the haunt through mid, Heretics step forward. This is a
Dia ngambil mid control.
Okay. And top mid, they've been punished, going through markets, been back and forth. The Thorns will still stand in their way.
That's what Jemkin can do. Nothing, unfortunately. This is the last round, by the way, and that's going to mean converging paths is gone, Nightfall is gone, and the entire round is gone, the entire half is gone.
That's really tough. RRQ depending maybe a little too much on their mechanics at some point.
Guys, menurut gua ya jujur, menurut gua sih
it did become
tahu
very
ini udah kalah
predictable
tembak
for
semua
Jem,
guys. Bisa apa guys?
on the Monyet side of things when he played it on split against
Ini udah bener kalah
NRG.
tembak tuh siapa sekarang kalau kalah tembak
Double
ini?
dash can be very
It was their stronger side yesterday, and they only need a couple in here, which means for RRQ, it is a must
Motor
win
memang kenapa
pistol.
nggak ngerti? Mungkin emang mereka menemukan meta tersendiri dengan Wildlight guys.
They're going to have to end up forcing straight
Which is
away.
a good thing saja kalau misalnya mereka bisa mendapatkan meta sendiri gitu.
Of a Team Heretics, they put themselves in an insane position. The RQ mentals have to be cracking at this rate.
desperate to convert and then refract out and really make Heretics wonder and have to re-clear your positions. Now Miniboo commands your attention as he does. He's been such a true star on this map, one of the best neons on Sunset that we've seen at EWC. And he's got the attention of 2 defenders while the rest go A.
He's actually got the attention of 3 Crazy Guys moved over as well, but now it's not better of that. Miniboo trying to make a little bit more noise to get some kills. He'll be beautiful, but he's still down. He's ended, but he's still
Sabar, Jeremy nggak boleh gitu, Jeremy. Sabar Bang Jeremy, sabar Bang Jeremy. Kita semua kesal guys, karena kita mau RRQ itu juara gitu loh. Tapi sabar Bang Jeremy.
But there is one at the box and Cushy by his side, and it is just good protocols from Heretics.
Guys, satu soundboard buat RRQ guys.
Not able to trade themselves, especially with Crazy Guys.
Satu soundboard buat RRQ.
From Xccurate in a 1v1 against Wood.
Oh.
It's a good headshot. He'll head his way either to elbow on the left side. It would be a big risk. He doesn't want to get sandwiched. He has to move quickly. Such a must-win round for the pistol of RRQ. And having to convert it at a deficit. Xccurate, the longest standing member, unites with Crazy Guy caught with util in his hand. And Xccurate has to do it all. I think it's a 4K coming up if he can do it. Benji, though, does have more HP. The camera to see the upcoming W or L.
Oh, nggak jadi soundboard guys, soundboard.
Through thick and thin, they lift the Pacific Trophy. And this would be the biggest comeback of all time, but at least want to try and build back the positivity for the upcoming map. And it's once again now, actually just Boo this time going
kalah
top mid,
typo.
and Rand's starting to
Typo
follow
guys.
up and kind of peeks out of the smoke. Jemkin's not going to let that go by.
Certainly not. Cushy. Similar things to say about this particular round. Obviously, Heretics, low equipment coming in through this one. You'll have a bit of a timing here for Boo, but can he do it 1 versus 3 now? Does find an upgrade.
Pulang itu dia.
Not too bad, but also missing the spike, missing a lot of health, and his position exposed. He got a high-low being formed from RRQ and kind of using these steps. Miniboo's trying to make it look like he's
It's triple base.
Going back to A main. But RRQ.
Kalian, guys ya, gue kasih lihat perbedaannya antara RRQ Tech dan tim Heretics. Kalian perbedaannya ya.
On yet with the one way. Restack for RRQ on B, but they'll go exploring very shortly. Benji could be in a bit of trouble here.
Oh, decent swing at a Benji, but just outnumbered and outgunned.
Dari cara mereka ngambil space tuh beda guys. RRQ tuh tadi Tech kan mereka tergesa-gesa tuh nggak lo? Kalian lihat bedanya dengan tim Eropa, mereka ngambil pelan-pelan, ngancurin pintu market, nggak langsung kayak execute, ngerti nggak lo? Hancurin, pintu market, kasih pressure midnya, hold, mundur, regroup, jadi langsung execute mainnya. So regroup baru execute, lihat gak? Mainnya tuh beda banget permainan guys. RRQ tuh buru-buru kan cepet kan, boom, execute, kalau ini lihat perbedaannya. Ini emang Eropa style begini guys. Welcome to Exclusive Jockey, thank you ya. Nanti malam kita live
Down
eksklusif.
on RRQ, exploring around mid as a death ball. And trying to take angles, and I like this proactivity from Miniboo, and it's good information, but at what cost? A lot of health now gone as Heretics create a bunker, Rian's an elbow. It's gonna be off. Oh, you got no flashes, no paranoia, nothing from Rian.
Just the TP,
got
what?
The run and cut. What is Body thinking? And Woot shuts it all down to get closer to match point for Heretics here on Sunset. What is written, what shall be decided, unless Xccurate pulls a rabbit out of his hat now. 1v2, he made it happen on the pistol. Headshot falls against Boom. And Rian's pokes his head out through elbow, halfway defused, and he does not stick it. Taps it again. Still cannot convert the round.
He's nearly done it again. Xccurate in the 1 versus 2 clutch. He actually gets both kills, but this time around.
Whatever he needs to try and save this for RRQ. Finds the timing, but the Heretics show face at front door, playing off the recon, spamming through the cage. Heretics have silence and a bit of peace to work with as Jemkins wants to unite with his initiators to swing out of the smoke, but Crazy Guy's been found, and where's the reaction from the rest of RRQ? Heretics just paved the way, the red carpet soaked in blood of RRQ, who have 2 left, and it's up to the Jemkins show to shine, and Xccurate's got 2, 13-3 on Sunset for the Heretics.
Jemkins shut down entirely on that map. The Waylay once again not working out for RRQ, and you also have this KO as well. Suppression so strong up against Jemkin. Nothing to really do there. I was going to say 5, but ended up being a lot more rounds in a row, including this number 3. Really important that RRQ make a statement early on.
Knowing that the Sheriff was the one that shot it down too, so some confidence from RRQ and Mania with important. Oh, he just got distracted, hearing someone next to him. But Heretics crawl through the choke. That's the Viper wall, some protection for Cushy, and a good delay provided by Xccurate as he tries to get in position here on the high ground. And Heretics have Miniboo inserted deep at the corner, waiting for the reaction from this Viper as Cushy leads at the 1 angle, converts a double, and he continues to live on, but at 18 HP, a 1v2, Boo is just better!
The Boo brothers surviving until the end here for Heretics. They brought guns into this round and they deliver on those weapons.
This is a bit of deja vu from Sunset when it was a 6-0 start for Heretics. But that was, of course, on their defense and on a different map. So RRQ do not want to hemorrhage this much this early. But Jemkin, if he could light up the kill feed, this will be a whole different map.
That's what we need to see out of Jemkin. Quiet so far, this EWC. What a time to come alive it would be now. Map 2. 3 down in terms of rounds for this as well. Xccurate spots a lot.
The orb grab for Heretics, and
Chat,
they don't have a lurk. That's kind of clearing through A.
I mean, once this drone sees nothing, you have to imagine rotates need to come through.
Yeah, especially with Xccurate down, that'll be reinforcements being called from RRQ, so Heretics have a window to work with, but that, you know, we have the X-ray, we have the map, they don't. So Heretics would maybe want to wait for that Viper wall to have some gas to come back up, and then the plan ensues, especially with yellow position from Rians. Having the better weaponry.
Could have been a plan at the Viper's Pit as well, but they're going to believe in their better guns here. No need to expend the ultimate if you think you're going to win anyway. However, Jemkin's sharp right now. Can he be sharper?
Oh, and he kind of takes that damage. Isn't ideal, but he's been the headshot king this round.
Oh my
through
God.
the smoke. Wait, check PC. What was that? Now 2v2, but Woot on his last legs. RRQ, but not the best weapon.
Wala ka ba tayo tiwang ka ba tayo tiwang kay?
He got
Oh, nice, nice,
Jemkin to go.
Jemkin is back again.
Jemkin got the first blood, willed that 4K in the thrifty, and gets the ball rolling. He saw them. Yeah, at least we heard it, how loud they were getting. But look at this adventure. That Miniboo is on, and he's cut from the mid-lurk of Monyet. Now Heretics not going to feel so safe. Need to wait for that Viper wall, and it's a Hunter's Fury from the defense. Once, you know, Heretics are trying to get set up, but this Hunter's Fury doesn't seem to deter the Heretics. 3 versus 3.
It's an orange position again, but it's also going to be from the fence as well. Woot. Good for that one. Crazy Guy gone. Jemkin Blaze available if this round goes.
Nice, Cushy.
Cushy! Oh my goodness, just finds the timing from above. Nice, Jemkin with the coup de grace to give RRQ the 2 rounds that they needed.
Absolutely.
Ready for 2 players being caught there. And now fast approach. Jemkin sees good information but misses the shot. Crazy Guy converts.
Heretics are confident. They heard the op. They still want to challenge it, but
Jemkin?
RRQ stacked together. They get just dismantled by Heretics, and now this op's not going to be as well protected. Here comes the anchors and the pits from the offense. Now there's no space for Jemkin. He trades his gun, and Heretics weren't expecting him to be this close, and Xccurate just has no chance.
Crazy guy and Monget just get in Jemkin's way. Brother's out here trying to snipe, and he's saying, move, I can't see anything. The great angle that Jemkin had.
Jemkin reset.
Missed
Lu
the
gak apa-apa
initial
Jemkin.
shot, but
Lu bisa.
the rest of the team
Reset
still
aja,
picks
Jemkin.
up at least the
Tarik
one
nafas,
kill.
478.
The rest of RRQ want to get busy, but just a little bit too busy in Jemkin's POV, not able to get that secondary shot on the op. And
Using this util, scale up one by one. The turret's been taken care of, so behind Boo has a 1 versus 3, and he keeps it on lock and adjusts some damage, but not enough to take out the second. He goes 1 for 1. Next up to watch the flank is
Nice block,
Benji. Xccurate locks in, and the flank develops more, but
Wah,
Heretics,
pintar
they
mereka
march on
nge-pushnya.
forward and take care of the defense of RRQ.
yeah, they just walk up and say, we'll win this side of the map. Okay, you have the
Patah-patah.
flank control. Let's swap sides entirely. And it's the gun from Boo transferred to the other Viper on Xccurate now. His brother Mini Boo still on side.
Nice Jemkin.
Down though, Jemkin, he's really feeling it now. This guy might be able to win the round.
He's a threat. Xccurate has to watch to the left and trust that Jemkin has the right, but there's a flash from Woot. Jemkin, while flashed, still gets the kill. Rance with the recall.
Wah, gila Jemkin. Jemkin penyelamat banget buat Jemkin. Jemkin emang
Sun
titang
get
Rusia,
equal
guys.
to coast to delete Waylay from the agent selection screen.
It's not getting each other's way this time. Now checking out back Snowman. Miniboo's actually going to stick this, so this is trouble for Xccurate. He's not going to go for the early pits and just gets surprised by Miniboo. And this cracks open B.
Xccurate knew as well. He had the right read, but just couldn't land the cross yet. Good crouch from Mini will be able to prevent that from happening, and now causing further issues on site itself. It's Cushy feels around it, but he gets the kill to Woot through smoke. Just spams the default.
It's great ears from Cushy. Just hearing that spike, reacting accordingly. Now down below, Miniboo continues to be a menace in the shadows. From Snowman to a villain. And RRQ still have, it's not impossible, 3 versus 4 as you're up. Needs to be unobscured by any Viper wall. We'll have vision, and Heretics should just not poke this. Let the turret do all the talking. Let the Sova util do so on post play.
Safe.
Good information. Jemkin can't make a connection.
Wah,
and now has
Jemkin
to
OP-nya
escape
lagi
with
miss
the
lah,
op.
guys.
Still not great weaponry out of the side of
Pas mau kayak
RRQ.
gitu,
Obviously,
Ibe.
with the operator in hand, the rest of the team is going to buy up to
Oh,
support it.
smoke temen, guys. Gila,
Would
kontak
like to
itu
see
lagi.
Cushy
Lu.
land a couple of those Guardian shots, but not to be the case. At least he sees about 3 players.
Yeah, really feeling the pressure and getting a bit jittery. And despite the spams through the smoke, Heretics don't really take much damage and get the spike down, and now can just play out of sight, out of mind. It's RRQ's hand that's going to be forced, and Jemkin wants sight lines. Monyet clean shots, and you still have shock bolts from Crazy Guy to try and flush out the Heretics into the line of sight, and a Hunter's Fury from Rians to just pressure back the members of RRQ, especially if they touch the spike, and it's Jemkin versus Rians, the 2 stars at 19 HP. Jemkin needs a band-aid, and he needs more time, and the spike's about to tick down. And Rians has found a really good hiding spot, and Jemkin
No time.
just can't do it. He's got to just get
No
the up and
time.
get out.
Rians again in this late
Dulu pernah
1v1.
udah
I mean,
lambat
this
zaman-zaman
time
CS, guys.
just kind of plays for the time. It has enough HP, knows exactly what his job is.
Yeah, because you don't know the location of Boo, you're just going to have Xccurate anchor B while the rest reinforce, and Heretics lurks activated. It's taking too long to get the spike over. Rians taken out from rafters as Woot will fill the gap. Now has 2 doorways to watch.
He really needs to live though. Who can't win this if Woot goes down early here? They need to be together.
30 seconds
And
left.
RRQ, they have the numbers. They're happy to allow Command to come in through and play for full retake.
Bahkan kalau
They've got
turnamen itu
4
pakai
rounds to
akun
play
player
through still. This is
ya,
huge.
akun disediain dari event ya, bro. Jadi ada turnamen akun lagi resmi dari Riot untuk khusus turnamen. Gitu. Gila nih orang sih lagi siap banget sih Woot lu anjir. Lihat gak diapain, guys. Lihat gak, guys.
Send the name. He'll give you
Sakit
something
banget
to
nih orang
celebrate about
anjir.
3 kills, just beats the timing, swings through unexpectedly. And the Hunter's Fury, like you say, has gone Xccurate with it all to do now. He's got the 1. He's good for clutches before. Viper's pit. This is going to be tough for Woot to play into. Woot only has a fragment available.
Wait. Gets on the spike. Oh, he's right behind him. to do a whole dance to figure out what he
Tajam
wanted
banget
to
sih
finish
wood
him
ini,
with.
guys.
A 9-3 half. It's got Heretics
Oh,
in
coba
the
ulangin ya, Penti. Oke, gue ulangin ya guys, nih ya guys. Gue
Xccurate
ulangin ya happy yang tadi.
already had a little bit more time.
Nih, gue matiin dulu. Jadi ini gini guys, tadi kan ada nanya, kok kenapa tim Heretic kalau nggak pakai duelist tapi masuknya enak banget? Oke, gue jelasin. Kalau misalnya kita ngomongin soal map Icebox, menurut gue kenapa nggak pakai duelist masuknya juga enak? Satu, kita itu bisa entry-nya nggak cuma dari satu pintu guys, jadi itu banyak pintu entry. Contoh kayak misalnya Ascent lu kalau mau ke B-main, satu pintu gede doang kan, satu tempat doang tuh cara mau entry, bener gak? Terus kalau Ascent A-side-nya juga sama, cuma satu A-main pintu gede, bener gak cara masuknya? Nah, sedangkan Xbox ini ada banyak ya, contoh lu bisa naik ke pipe, udah maju ke side, bisa lewat kiri side, bisa lewat kanan side, bisa lewat atas side naik crops, banyak. Udah gitu juga kalau misalnya lu mau ke B nih, ke B ya kan, banyak juga tempat entry yang gak cuma satu pintu, jadi tuh musuh itu banyak angle yang harus dipantek gitu loh. Makanya kenapa walaupun gak ada duelist tapi bisa masuknya enak untuk map Icebox gitu guys.
In the playoffs, KC 2-1 versus Billy. Heretics looking for the
Aduh, cara member gimana ya? Aku juga gak ngerti. Kamu pakai PC apa itu? Kalau nggak salah pakai PC ada tulisannya deh yang kayak C Perks gitu deh.
Heretics going for a Hail Mary. Xccurate just kicking
Oh,
them in the
comeback
dirt.
ah?
Oh my God, he has
Comeback
a
ah?
single duel. Just a death ball of RRQ looking for a flawless pistol. Now that brings momentum back in their
Face
side.
30
The world.
seconds left. Spike planted.
They're just so far away too, but Mini Boo will get the rally going.
So we're hit.
That's a button you're trying to take out and re-peeks and gets it against Jemkin. Mini Boo will readjust while the rest of Heretics will let him do all the work.
It's looking like it will just end up being some exits here for Heretics. However, given that Miniboo's got one gun that can do some work, and my God, is he doing? He doesn't even need to get the headshot. The body shot will do. But this is damaging the economy of RRQ considerably. Yeah, go for it. A little bit more.
Boo's like, I'll go defuse. He just sprinted all the way from mid, being a
Anjir,
true
sini dulu
believer.
guys.
And you're forced. But it is a bit of a split, as now mid gets pushed as RRQ try to find their way around, but Heretics have taken care of business on the
ganti-gantian
front
lagi ternyata.
lines. At least Crazy Guy remains with the spike, but this flank from Xccurate could really be something special. He just needs to not reveal himself, take things as slow as he can, and thought he was going to come up from behind Boo, but reconsiders, finds almost good timing
David
with the
bingung guys,
shot
ngeflanknya
cleaner
guys.
from Rians.
This team is so split. I mean, Cushy's not there to support at all.
Cushy
He's
nggak
going
di- iya bener,
exploring
Cushy
elsewhere
nggak di
on the map.
sana.
Meanwhile, it's Crazy Guy walking up a spike in hand. And all three
Pas udah dapat bunuh tuh kayak bingung tau gak lo? Jadi pas mereka dapat bunuh kan mereka buta. Tapi mereka bingung mau kemana gitu loh.
Bit of a worst case scenario here. Now made even worse, suppressed out. Crazy Guy just needs to get some couple of kills and pray for some economy damage, really.
Okay. Some damage to himself too, and tries to isolate the 1v1 and wait, the headshot on the Boo. It's definitely possible. He knows where Benji is. Hopes to get time on his side. Now Woot and Benji are going to attack from all angles. No util from Loot, but Benji has a turret if he wanted to peek and check, get info without taking a risk. But Crazy Guy just
Welcome to
one
Exclusive
shot is
Jet.
all it takes,
Itu loh,
and
Jet.
Benji will get Heretics to double digits.
Iya
No
protokol.
way for Crazy Guy to expect two players coming from opposite angles. He wouldn't be able to really deal with that
Sabar,
anyway.
pasti ada juga
This
Xccurate,
is the
oke?
only time they can. It'll be a long sprint as well. This is where Cushy's going to
30
start
seconds
walking up
left.
as well. Drop off Jemkin rather, to try and keep things a little bit busy. But as time goes to nothing, Heretics have to start assuming something's going to happen.
Yeah, just RRQ thought they had time and had to reconsider, so it's do or die. 13 seconds. It's time to go
10
for
seconds
Jemkin. As he activates, the wall is up, the spam through the smoke, the spike is down! And Heretics were ready for it!
Mau ngapain sih mereka
And
ini?
RRQ, not so much, hoping to at least keep one of these rifles. 2 more rounds for Heretics until top 8.
You're just seeing this RRQ squad stacking over towards B, going quiet, time running out, hoping, okay, normally most teams defensively would start splitting their defense. What defensive team in this situation would still full 5-stack B, no info on A at all? And the confidence.
Ada apa dengan RRQ kita guys?
No.
Kebanggaan kita ada apa dengan kebanggaan
All
kita guys?
5 here. Unfortunately for Monyet, from the shadows.
Pressure.
Wanna
Balik
try
B.
and fake it, so what? Fake it in the sense that confusing Heretics, making them search around, but Woot was already in position to look around spawn. Well, it's not here.
Oh, timing nice.
Well, Boo going down is going to cause some issues. This will be a plant for sure now. Finally, RRQ get to play a post line. You want to see a Viper spit, they'll get that one in play.
Happens this round. That was the plan. RRQ, the ruse is really pulled off well, but you still need to close out the round. And Heretics, the
sini orang kita harusnya,
split
guys.
from Snowman through mid.
Welcome to Xccurate Kariskia.
Through this bunker into the pits, and it's exchanges. A disadvantage that Heretics have to overcome, and this pit, Xccurate has to stay within it. RRQ playing from main. At worst case, they could play around yellow, play around the corner, play to protect the spike, and leave Xccurate out to dry if needed.
Okay.
Who extends outwards to poke and prod
Okay,
away.
guys,
Heretics
guys,
forcing
guys.
out
Sebelah
the
team.
save, but I mean, it could buy up anyway. I've had big openers here before, and
Okay.
just through the
Astaga,
smoke,
kasihan
Jemkin
banget.
didn't even have time to dash. Just the reads from Heretics are so good.
Instantly deleting the owl drone, seeing the smoke come through. 3 shots come up from Miniboo, knowing if this is where Jemkin wants to
Waduh,
go,
yang mati
this is where
Jemkin lagi
he's
tukang
full
entry
Xccurate.
gimana nih masuknya nih?
This is one way a little bit to spot some feet, but I don't think he saw anything.
Hunter's Fury from the defense to try and get the cutoffs on RRQ, at least knowing that they're in B main, but
Wah gila,
not
what?
getting any tags.
Ooh, Cushy finally turns around. Was going to wonder who the first player to spot the other was going to be. And I saw him to slow things down. Cushy waiting for team. Holding rafters.
Sociabuzz.
Pakai PS,
Now he
kenapa
knows
dia
that
pakai
Williams
PS
is there.
ulet?
Oh, lucky on that bounce. Cushy untouched. This is his moment to shine. And
Welcome Adrian to eksklusif, welcome kita eksklusif. Gila pada welcome guys. Kita eksklusif ntar malam.
Heretics also could have a flank here from Boo. There is no turret to check it. RRQ are just surrounded here around the site, hoping for a screens push and a swing, and
Good try.
Paranoia kind of threw off the aim of Cushy.
Waduh.
And Manyet's not so lucky.
Waduh,
Here's
nggak mungkin
Xccurate.
expect
He needs
dia.
to activate now. He's waiting a little bit too long. 1v1 over towards the main
Nice
side.
banget.
Crazy guy, super important to win that one. Now, Xccurate reveals his position. He is the
Kenapa,
last one
aduh,
up. Still
swingnya
has one
kecepatan
piece
sih,
of util. It is part of a top, and that means he's got an easy headshot onto Miniboo.
Kapit menang,
And a
Hasan.
1
Udah ada
versus
waktu.
1. Benji Fishy with it all to do. Limited time, and RRQ will find another round. Big clutch from Xccurate.
Bisa guys,
again.
masih ada harapan guys.
For Xccurate to deal with, but we've seen him so many times in these 1v2s. He just delivers, man.
Oh, Jemkin does not care about being suppressed, but may need the mobility, but he's assisted
Okay,
and supported
momentum
by
balik,
this
guys, momentum
Hunter's
balik,
Fury.
guys.
Wow, I'm surprised he didn't get a tag, and woo! He's playing chicken over
Vandalnya
there,
jatuh.
but RRQ now hoping to flash. No, it's actually Wood flashing on the other side of the wall, and the double swing, and it's stacked up, trading back and forth, and wait! A 3 from Rians, 2 from Fishy, and it's 12 for Heretics.
How's that lineup going? Rians with that nice collat. Heretics. Excellent bounce back, putting themselves in match point. They didn't even have full whip rate, didn't even need it. RRQ, that was their moment. To
Aduh,
start to
ada
put some
aja anjir
momentum on the board
chat.
that could
Ada
have
apa
been
lagi nih chat?
8 to 11, 3-round gap. You're
Yang
thinking, ooh, this one could
terjadi
definitely go
lagi.
OT. Faking the TP as Monyet, just in case it was a nearby member. Thinking that he was going to go top. Walk down, coming through the mid side as well.
Got a cushy lockdown too. I'm wondering if you just kind of want to go for a more guaranteed round or hoping for the post plant. You did hear that drop down, so RQ have some information.
Sayonara,
And now it's a bloodbath and the site
4-3 guys,
taken
winnable,
from
winnable.
RQ.
I was going to say it wasn't good information coming through Woot's knife either, because he only finds one, and that one is typically a lurk anyway. What an opening shot from Cushy. A one and done there. The bad news is no lockdown. And the
Buffing
lockdown's
nih.
on the other side instead.
So evacuate, and now you hear the steps of RRQ leaving.
Wah anjing one
And
way
because
lagi,
that
ada one
turret
way
is
guys.
gone, because Cushy isn't here, Crazy Guys on flank watch. They are playing quite distant here from the site. Paranoia
Ada ulti
first
nggak?
from Heretics, getting established here on the high ground. No detains. Monyet on last life. Spike being tapped. Attention being called. RRQ all on the high ground, ready to
Nice,
swing.
udah mana.
Is RRQ on the low ground? It's
Wah,
Benji that
anjir.
converts a big double.
They're in the lead. They need to close. They want to close.
Benji solo holds the left side with a Vandal, and what an opener too. Boo
Aduh,
takes some
hoki
damage.
banget kan tadi spam smoke-nya guys.
He also
Allah.
knows there's some presence here in mid. Cushy could have a big moment to try and set up this lockdown, but he needs to live this round because you're on last life against Heretics.
Cushy's in an interesting position here as well, because he's not going to be able to work with a team for... Okay, how about this? Benji Fishy.
He gets 3. No Hunter's Fury, so this lockdown could be big. But Cushy, he's off on his own adventure. He's in Narnia, and the Spike is lost with no support. Crazy
Masih
Guy
minum
is
beras, 3-2
solo
guys.
with no health.
Still got a lockdown available here, but these two members are not playing together. If this is an opportunity for Cushy to get a solo onto Woot, would be absolutely massive. That could give them the round. Woot exposing himself, and Cushy will accelerate now. It will be the plant 2-2.
Cushy has done everything this round. A big risk, but a big payout to get behind the defenses of Heretics that have felt very untouchable. Now it's a 2 versus 1. Crazy guy to keep RRQ here at EWC, and it's Miniboo that has to save it. Rians versus Crazy Guy. 30 HP versus full, and the defuse that still has to be done. Time running out, and a clutch for Crazy Guy.
30 HP, but catches Miniboo looking the wrong direction. That could have gone so much poorer, considering Cushy dying at a pivotal time. 3-round gap.
Oh, losing Jemkin is so painful, and didn't want to wait for the Hunter's Fury. He wanted to use it as a distraction. And now the spike heads towards B. The KJ Util tries to deter them from taking yellow. And Heretics will be cutting through mid with a paranoia that kept Heretics rooted.
Kalau Cushy ulti ada Xccurate ulti, guys.
For RRQ and Heretics with everyone alive and a post
Cushy ulti.
that'll
Tahan dulu, tahan dulu. Oke, boleh.
as far back as they can, and even a lockdown just layering all their defenses. But look who's making its way around the perimeter. It's Benji with maybe another heroic moment, and even throwing out the knife from Woot to save it. Detained.
He's detained.
Benji acting as bait as Miniboo steps up to save him. They infiltrate the Viper's pit. Heretics in a 4 versus 3. Explore to find the Viper. And Miniboo punctures through the hearts of RRQ and will be killing their key as well. Very soon the defuse will not have time.
No time next, 12-10 guys.
RRQ barely remain here at EWC.
Yeah, they lost everybody.
Anjir, masih bisa guys. Masih bisa guys. Belum. Kocak guys, kocak, belum. Parah, Kingdom jahat nih guys.
That actually catches Benji and then just barely running out of time. There was no one alive for RQ at all. And it started so well for Team Heretics as well. Woot,
Coba bro, lu siapin lagi bro,
spotted out. Wins the 1v1 duel versus Jemkin, cancels the Hunter's Fury with his own suppression.
Oke.
That's a pit gone.
What? Just these spams through smoke. These players
Wah, comeback,
are
comeback,
otherworldly
comeback.
sometimes. And so are RRQ that have the effort of assembling their biggest round win streak of 3. I know it's not much, but it's enough to keep RRQ still kicking.
And these moments account for everything. Can RRQ pull through now, bring us into an OT? We're gonna walk on to site. We'll be free for now. Woot trying to see if he can make it in time. But they're all stuck behind screen, I should say, and that's Rian's down early. And Woot knows he's up against Jemkin. Can he win?
Should be doing okay with the better weaponry. Benji only has a Sheriff, so trying to force some buy-ups from RRQ.
Nggak mungkin kan?
It's not clean from RRQ.
Nggak mungkin dong, ini doang 3, nggak mungkin banget dong.
Ada
molly, ada scan. Oke.
Heretics can still finish this
one way.
in the next round.
Oke, 12-11 guys.
Just coming in
Oke.
with mostly
Guys, sumpah gua kalau jadi RRQ guys ya, ini kan timeout nih guys. Ya.
On the final
Menurut gua sih rada worth it kalau misalnya mereka make mid play-nya pepreknya diameter pepek yang si Jemkin dash ke atas. Itu, top, terus maunya TP ke CT, City Base. Maunya TP ke City Base. Boleh dicoba sih. Jadi ntar jepit A guys, ntar jepit aja TP situ. Si monyet smoke atas yang tempat turret. Jemkin dash ke tempat turret. Recon, boleh coba sih menurut gua.
This time for Heretics, they've made the wrong call. They've gambled heavily on B.
Nggak, dia sengaja guys, dia sengaja retake bukan wrong call. Lu so tau lu. Ininya lu kan ada ulti killjoy soalnya. Komentator tahu nih guys, komentatornya guys. Udah tau nih mereka main retake ada ulti killjoy, dibilang wrong call. Ada Xccurate mana?
That's the key here. Benji fishy, lockdown ready to go. Nothing really from RQ to counter that one. That's their opportunity to buy themselves into this
Dia bakal
retake.
ulti, smoke one way situ. Kita ada shock dart, molly, shock
Ready for
dartnya
the
Xccurate juga.
lockdown.
Xccurate ini masih main, masih hero play nih. Jemkin bakal hero play harusnya.
And it's Jemkin that is just the bully at the front, but he's the one to put into a locker. And Heretics with a broken body do what they can, but RRQ are
Nice
firing
banget.
on all
OT guys, beneran.
cylinders. And the paranoia blinds
OT guys.
Heretics from not
OT
being
guys.
able to close the sound
Holy shit.
regulation.
One yet, he's been quiet all map and all series, in fact.
RRQ. Masih bisa aja guys.
Memories
Coba guys, masih bisa guys.
losing
Telat banget sini.
multiple
Remontada.
Start to flood in as well. Can play off the back of that one. You'd imagine that this should be very favorable for them to at least put themselves back into map point, but a couple defenders are going to be nearby. Xccurate has been pretty sharp so far, but he's at a very extreme range. Phantom is maybe not the right weapon to be playing at this particular range, but a little closer and he'll be able to do the damage.
Yeah, RRQ are not peeking them. They're just
Nice net.
downloaded.
Waduh, si Wood mau bunuh 2 tiba-tiba. Nice, Cushy. Good trade.
Really good response. There's still one threat that looms, and it's Cushy, and also Xccurate within the smoke. And
Nice, 2 lawan 2. Nice, good trade
Xccurate
banget nih. 2 lawan 2 winnable.
trades.
Oke. Chill. Ayo, Jemkin, keluarkan. Headshot manja lu.
That needs to come alive when it matters the most. And Xccurate, the veteran, by his side, and Boo and Yellow is isolated. He won't expose himself too much until the moment is right. And it's Jemkin that can't go out quiet.
Sabar, gue tanah flash deg-degan gue.
Through Yellow, left to right to down, and Boo and Heretics match point, series point.
Jemkin not in a position to trade his teammate there. Xccurate, he's done so much in these situations. You can't ask for more. Cushy as well, leading the way for RRQ.
Tim Heretics kenapa ya suka naruh turret apa nano sih tapi nggak ada yang main yellow gitu loh.
Oh, I don't know if they make contact. And Heretics fire big round again from Boom.
Nice banget.
From Xccurate, who has the pit, still needs to plant, will use it to enable himself, and on the high ground, Woot tries to deter him from the objective. Still waiting for Miniboo to get into the picture, but Woot for now has time to play with.
He didn't plant. He had to fall.
Belum.
Xccurate low and finished and found in a 1v1. Paranoia out.
Wah, anjir.
Let's stay stable, and the overtime continues.
Switching sides. Overtime.
Skip a heartbeat there. Another close call.
And an advantage flank may be pushed here for RRQ.
Oke, dia gimana cara kita aja. Dia main retake lagi gimana cara tekan.
We're gonna find some people walking up into B. Not gonna be the case. Crazy guy down early. Some of your retake tools are gonna be gone. That does allow Jemkin to swap his operator for a rifle though.
Up next is Cushy. They'll get onto rafters. Right below him is that Omen. Star-studded roster of Heretics. I want to convert another attacking overtime round. Miniboo reestablishes the
Kok ada Tewa nggak main ya? Elah, nggak usah ngomongin Tewan up. Ini tim lu udah bentar lagi mau pulang, gue kasih tau lu.
Overtime has been his playground on the flank. Xccurate, he needs time to develop. Cushy is down.
Ayo, ini menang.
Xccurate has to take the helm.
Main waktu lagi dia.
And he has the spike to defuse. And the defense has no time.
Sakit nih
Another
orang.
attack. Won by Heretics.
Xccurate just too late there to save his teammate. Cushy did so much, he snuck in.
Bazar Tiwan nonton RRQ, iya nonton malah nonton ML. Hah?
Completely
Kapan gue nonton
unspotted.
ML?
He's one away from 30. I think he's gonna get the 30.
Guys, tolong guys, ini si Nafsi bilangin guys, udah talent bukannya watch party, malah ngoceh di sini, baik lain aja guys, bilangin aja guys. Buzzer guys. Ini bukannya guys, ini tuh bukannya tim yang ngomong ini ya. Pialamu warna apa? Bukannya ngomong kayak gitu ya. Apa-apa?
About converting that a defense, and Woot wants to take advantage of the info off the knife and will fall back. Up for Miniboo. I don't think we've seen it really much at all. And who cares about the up when Benji gets the most insane double?
Nanya doang, gua kira apa gitu loh.
Has this sealed the deal for Heretics into the top 8? Finally a defense. RRQ.
Aduh gawat guys, 3 lawan 5 guys. Pulang kah?
From Monyet. This has to land, and there's a clump for Heretics. Deathball v Deathball. 3 versus 3 within the site. Walls down.
Good paranoia.
Monyet paranoia goes to make contact at the front. He studies and he gets 2 before Benji heads
Cong lagi kah duelan satu?
with crazy
Ada ulti lagi dia.
who needs to settle down himself, and he'll get a second to plant, but the lockdown will send him far and away.
Does he have an angle? Benji Fishy has limited HP here. Good timing from Crazy Guy. He sees the body. Can he get the kill?
Oh, the shot bolts! Oh, it forces Benji down on the ground! And it's not Benji with the ace, but it's the final kill for Miniboo!
They've done it. Team Heretics, through all of the struggles, 319 days. Boo says, trust us, we're working on it. And the work is paying off. What an insane win. It came down to OT again in that second map. But now 2 in a row. The curse has been lifted, and it wasn't a fluke. They're going to take down another team, and it will be a full EMEA. 17 out of 8 in the playoffs for EWC. Turns out Europe just might be this region.
Pacific team out. That's gonna hurt Mitch once he gets back on the desk, but he readies for the interview. And he has so many MVPs on the squad of Heretics, but definitely in that second half has to be bench.
Weak kau, weak. Salah guys, gue mau kasih lihat satu hal guys.
Sociabuzz.
Five minutes later.
Udah non. Guys, sekali lagi nice try buat anak bangsa. Gue sedih sih temen gue kalah guys. Gue sedih banget temen gue kalah. Gue sedih guys. Soalnya gue masih nggak bisa sedih guys. Gue sedih banget RRQ kalah guys. Kayak itu salah satu tim favorit gue guys. Kayak gue merasakan apa yang mereka rasakan gitu loh. Gue tuh nggak bisa. Nangis gue guys. Cuma gue mau nembak kali gini cara guys. Ya udah, yang penting intinya ya udah guys, kita ketemu lagi ya guys nanti. Ini gue off stream dulu bentar. Gue mental gue nggak sehat guys, lihat RRQ kalah, gue sedih banget. Kita ketemu nanti malam guys. Kita bakal live Delta ya, live member guys, eksklusif sambil kita ngobrol-ngobrol deh. Udah nggak bisa guys kayak gini. Gue izin off dulu guys ya. Gue izin off dulu semuanya ya. Kita ketemu lagi malam guys, live member guys. Sorry guys. Thank you.